Welcome back to Eden Zero, Anime Review, episode number 48. We're reviewing the 40th episode of Eden Zero, Judgment Day. Yes, this is the third and last episode, season 2 for the show. Yes, I think it's a bit odd, though, the fact that they've not definitely stated that 50 will be the last episode, but I wouldn't be surprised, given the fact the first season was 25 episodes. This episode depths from chapters 132, 133, and the first 16 pages of chapter 134. This finishes up the Forrester arc and starts the Sandra arc. The Sandra arc, if you're really curious how long the arc is, it's like 5 chapters. And given the fact this one didn't fully adapt chapter 134, I am presuming, given how the way the show goes, that we might go through like a little bit more of it next week, and maybe they might do the opening chapter of the Nero 66 arcs. One thing Nero 66 has in common with the opening arc of this season, they're both about the same. Like the chapter is like 30. I think that one was like 33 chapters. That one's like 31, but the arc comes after that one. There's like one is like 40 chapters. Yes. So in the case of this episode, pick up where we left it last time, where we have supposedly Ziggy show up. And Rebecca Captain being crafted with gravity. And of course Ziggy breaks up his restraints, tries to fight his grandfather. And just basically just playing tricks on him. And of course he basically snuggles Rebecca. And after they finish the training, it was apparently going on for 7 days. So, like, everyone's doing really good. Rebecca needs more training because basically her power is weak. So she goes take a bath. And then Witch decided to join her, and she's butt naked. One of 2 times they do this. Like, they train for a while, and like, oh, I invite a special guest, Sister, and she's butt naked too. Yes. Yeah, and we do see also why Choco is here too, why she's still on the ship. The reason why she's here is because basically she's doing food reviews for her channel, and apparently that Eden Zero has enough basically food in the supply to last her for 3 years worth of videos. That's the only reason why she's here. And she also helps Rebecca with editing, which that's quite nice of her to do that. We also see apparently they were there forced gathering up ether, the gold look for Mother, and where the item is a soda bottle cap. Yes, seriously, a bottle cap. Well, how should I put this? It's one of the old metal bottle caps. In case you're curious, though, have I drank from a bottle that had one of these things? Yes. They are very difficult to remove, and usually they're on bottles that are made of glass. Nowadays, of course, bottles are made of plastic. Here's the thing. With the exception of wine bottles, which are typically made of glass anyways, but like soda bottles, they are still kind of made of glass, but it's very hard to find them. The only way you can find these things, and you have to basically cool them off like regular soda, you have to find them in retro stores. That's the only place you can find it because normal stores do not sell them anymore. For a good reason. It's probably more of a safety hazard if they sell these because, well, what if one of these things tip over? It was splattered over the place. It actually will shatter, create a big mess. And the only way to remove the bottle caps is to have this special bottle cap remover. And I have drunk a couple sodas out of this thing. I think I took a Coke and like a root beer, I think it was. But that was it. And by the way, when you move these bottle caps, you cannot put them back on. Unlike the ones we have nowadays, where we can put these sticks up and back on. Those you cannot really. But, yeah. So, there's ether, and of course they go to their planet, where it's a mud planet. Or instead of raining water, it rains mud. And they finally realize, like, and it's a freaking building. Yes. Why is the building? Don't know. And also they also are theorizing that Mother's got people inside of her. Is Mother a robot? They don't really say at all. It's kind of odd. Before we continue, there's a brief scene with Ziggy where, like, oh, you'll have a force, like, just a test. And then we see Ziggy debut a brand new attire, where he's basically much more dark. He's basically all the silver stuff with him is all gone. It's all black now. He's got more teeth on his chest. And by the way, his mouth now moves whenever he talks. And plus, his horn's more defined than before. And he does this via his gravity power. Yes, seriously, alters his own body doing this. And apparently, according to him, his ether ran out mysteriously, and then when he was revived, apparently before he lost his memories, and then he found Sheik, he came back to Grimbelt, died, and he woke up and got all his memories restored. Yeah, and it's a bit strange. It comes to him, and then they go off. And by the way, Captain Connor is not in the episode, which is strange because they're going after the kind of humans, and they have a human working for him. Yes, as for why Captain Connor is not here, if you're curious, did the anime cut him out of the actual adaptation? No, he just simply just not here. My guess is he's probably was on the bridge at this point in time. He's probably resting at this point in time because he's a human. He requires rest. He's probably resting. I highly doubt he's put in confinement because, after all, he's the one who actually has the skills to pilot Eden 1. So my guess is he's probably resting. Probably getting close-eyed by one of the Dark Stars. And of course, which when they drop up Zenova and the little girl, which they picked up last episode, where they jump on another planet, and of course he'll take care of her. And sadly enough, these two are never seen again until the most recent story arc in the manga. Yep, they are gone for a long, long time. I personally would have liked if the little girl would have stayed. But my guess is they probably have to, look after. They probably don't want to endanger the little girl. Just look how cute she is. And I'm kind of surprised because basically that she referred to the girls like as big sisters, which I thought was quite nice. I'm surprised she referred Shiki as a big brother. I mean, the girl was fantastic. I mean, she got a chance to see her on the ship, and she sits in a high chair. I'm surprised people would have basically done how cute she is. Which is something that would have been something to see. And also, I'm also surprised that she did not get a chance to interact with Clean or Jin, two people who lost their parents, just like she did. I'm sure these three will get along excellently with each other. But no, we drop off a planet with the robot because the training was completed. Of course, 7 days. Of course, the narrator returns this episode, and we see her in her usual outfit, and then we also see her bathing. Yes, first time we see her without anything on, but we don't see anything fully. Not really. So, yeah, and she's at a fast forward because the training set was boring. So, fast forward through it. And so the plan is simply like everybody's build a strength, so all they want to do is get out of the Aya Cosmos for a while because basically the show is brewing. And then Shira, the son of Poseidon Nero, holds basically a public, almost like a press conference mostly, where here's the weird thing. The microphones are floating. Why they're floating is never explained here. So he's like, basically, because he heard of all the uprisings across the Aya Cosmos about robots, basically, because of a virus, and he got sick and tired of it, so he's like, we're now ending the age of humans fearing robots. Basically, his objective is to destroy all robots in the Aya Cosmos. Like, he's like, this is the start of Judgment Day. And that's how the episode ends. Good episode. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I'm hoping when I review the penultimate episode of the season, I get to do it on Sunday, not like 2 days afterwards. Let's hope not. Yep. But yeah, that's particularly a particular view. I have time to do 2 more videos tonight, and unlike last night, I'm not going to do another video at 11 o'clock. That was kind of a bad idea on my part, especially as basically it was a little too loud. So I'll be doing 2 more videos, and I'll do my review for the One Piece live action series. I'll do that tomorrow. Yes, because I have more time to do it tomorrow because, well, there's that. So, 2 comic corners, and I'll call it a night. Okay, next video. Bye.